Everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. We are on our way to Staten Island, and guess who's driving? It's my brother, Greg, and we are headed to see Keith and do some diagnostics. It's a couple days before the new year, so perfect time to visit some friends and shoot some cool video and have some fun. So right now we are kind of stuck here because on the other side got some tractor trailer accidents happening. Looks like a pretty big deal here. This is Route 78 heading towards Allentown. So that side of the highway is completely blocked. On this side they're clearing something out with skid loaders and must have been a pretty bad accident. Probably caused by Indians. Oh man, that concrete barrier got kind of messed up. Nice. Alright. Mile-long traffic jam. People trying to get around this. But it's going to be a while before they open it, probably. Might be the longest traffic jam I've ever seen. Alright, Staten Island. First diagnosis video. 2001. Or is it a Daewoo Nubira?
It's a Daewoo Nubira.
What the hell is a Daewoo Nubira?
It's a fantastic automobile, a real gem.
Made in Korea, huh? Anyways, we've got the classic camshaft position sensor codes, 341 and 322. Camshaft position sensor lives right there. This thing looks very familiar. If you remember the Suzuki Verona that we did with the same code, that turned out to be a bad aftermarket sensor. Now this one, it looks all original. The car has like 25,000 miles on it. We have to scope this thing out and see if the signal's there. It seems to run okay. So let's go to our scope menu. And we have 3 channels. So signal, and then channel number 2 is ground, and channel number 3 is battery voltage. Right there, 13.5, that's good. 0, that's a good ground. But the signal, it's weird. I thought I might have a bad pin connection right here. I'm just playing around with it. And initially when it was cold, the signal was good. You can see sometimes it comes back on. Just doing a little wiggle test with the connector. There you go. Oh, now it's like really high. It goes to 10, it goes to 5. There's a signal. I'm just holding it with my finger. I let it go. We're at 5 volts. the sensor, it's not pulling down the, you know, the wire coming from the computer. We can unplug this thing if I get my fingers in here. Oh, I didn't like that. Let's see, can you hold the camera, B? I'm wondering if it can run without the cam sensor. It's stumbling. Now what the heck? Oh, we got some ignition interference here. So the only real way to check right now is to put a piercing probe on here instead of that back probe on that wire and make sure we have a signal, because right now that's still a variable. This pin, well, it's making contact with the wire for sure because we're actually getting 5 volts. So I actually take that back. We don't need this. But that is not a good cam signal. It's not getting pulled down the ground. So at this point, we have to call a bad camshaft position sensor because we're working fine when it was cold. It warmed up a little bit. Now we have nothing at all. We can clear the code, see if it comes right back. We can try that, but this is definitely not a good cam signal. Let's see, scanner, back. And I had to go through OBD2 because there is no Daewoo and Snap-on because they only made them for like a year. But let's clear emissions data and see if that cam sensor code comes right back. Continue. Couple codes. There it is. Boom. Right away. And we checked all the wires, the speed, power, and the 5 volt, but it's not getting pulled to the ground. 100% confirmed sensor, camshaft position sensor. We can only get the OEM. Remember what happened? Alright, so the code came right back. Again, at the moment, we don't have a camshaft position sensor code. I'm sorry, a signal. We have the code. The radiator is steaming severely. It's nice. Little wiggle test. There's a signal. I'm pushing on that pin. Alright, my camera is flaking out. I took off the connector. The pins look fine. They're not spread. So we're calling this camshaft position sensor. No question about it. Stay tuned for more. It's loud. Hopefully my camera stays alive. Everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. Next one on Staten Island Express, hanging out with the crew, working on this 2014 Ford Fusion EcoBoost. And the problem is with the power steering. It's an electric power steering design. The history is, well, this car has 222,000 miles. The original rack was making noise. The owner got a used one from a junkyard. The guys put it in, it lasted fine for 2 months, and now no more power steering. So that's it. We'll hop in here, go to the codes menu in our power steering control module. Just look at memory codes. And the C200D, motor rotation angle sensor internal electronic failure. That's all we have. I don't know why it says there twice. Let's back out, look at some data. There's not really much you can do in this module. You can look at data and read codes. So here's our data list. Vehicle speed, motor current, number of DTCs set due to diagnostic test, steering personalization status, steering wheel angle. So if we turn the steering wheel back and forth, the angle seems to be accurate. Got module supply voltage is good. Internal temperature looks reasonable. Steering shaft torque sensor, so when you apply torque to the steering wheel, it definitely reads. So that's how it knows how much assist to give. And steering wheel rotation speed, degrees per second. I don't know if we can register anything on that PHAD. However, I mean, it's not sending any current to this motor, and we have that trouble code. Doing some research on the system, again, not much information here, only a diagram available. This is all data. So it's all we have, TSBs and diagrams. So here's our power steering control module. The motor is right there, it's all one unit, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wires. Pretty, not that many wires. Ground, battery voltage. We can talk to this thing, so the CAN wires are fine. And then hot and runner starts. That's the ignition power feed. So it's saying that there's an internal fault in the angle sensor in this motor. And the steering wheel angle, that thing right there is, I think, a separate sensor from the actual rotation sensor on the rack itself. And I don't know why we can't see that data PID. I'm not 100% sure. However, it does sound like it's a bad junkyard rack. It worked for 2 months and then boom, crapped out. What checks can we do to be 100%? Well, powers and grounds, that's about it. Just
satellite reception.
Oh yeah? Sure. Satellite reception. But basically it's saying we can try resetting the codes. Let's try that. The shop said that once you reset the codes, sometimes it works for a little bit. Let's see, clear codes, continue. Codes cleared, exit. Do we have power steering now? No, we don't. We can try shutting it off. Turn it back on. Ooh, it tried doing something. It really did. And go right back to codes. It should have set the same code right away. Motor, rotation angle sensor, current DTC, internal electronic failure. That's it. Then the module communicates on that, on the CAN lines with this motor rotation angle sensor. It's not a steering wheel angle sensor, it's motor rotation angle sensor. Can we take this rack off and tear the motor apart, see what the sensor looks like? Probably not. I might do that in my own shop if I had the time. But I want to reset the code and look at if the current is going to that motor and seeing what the value is before it cuts out. So code's cleared. We'll cycle the key off, on. Now let's look at the data. Should be enabled now. So I'm looking at this EPAS motor current. Let's try to turn the steering wheel. There it is. See, there's some current, and then it goes like, it's really funky, and then it sets the code. Steering assist fault, service required. That's it, we're dead in the water. And why it's stuck at 3.1 amps. In any case, we're calling it bad. Steering rack, it's all one assembly, so you still have to find another one at the junkyard or invest in a new one from Ford. But that's it for this one. Thanks a lot for watching. See you, Corey. It's Corey from, what's your channel name again, Corey?
S&A Auto.
S&A Auto. So he's the guy with the dash cams. That's the Corey dash cam guy.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yep, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll keep rolling here on Staten Island.